What's that?
This is all well-grounded, right?
Define well. It is well grounded. There's a cable running around the bottom here.
No, it was a vertical video. How many of you have smartphones right now? Okay. Now, this is something very important for you to know because the entire fate of humanity depends on this. Inside your phone is what's called an IMU. It's an inertial measurement unit. It's a little fancy 6-axis gyroscope. It's how, when you turn your phone a certain way, you'll see the screen changes, like when you're using Facebook and stuff like that. Your phone is smart enough to know which way you're holding it. In fact, it's so smart that if you download an application called Google Sky, which if you don't have it, get it. It's awesome. We'll let you move your phone like this, and it will show you what planets and stars you're looking at. It's like the greatest thing ever. You guys can hear me over there, right? Alright, because this thing is like freaking me out. Excuse me. Why am I so... Oh, that's why, because we have it in the let's have music in the lab mode. Okay, that's better. Because of this, when you open your camera while holding your phone horizontally and then hit record, you can't open your camera normally and then hit record and turn your phone because it will actually shoot sideways video. But if you open your camera and then turn your phone horizontally, you'll see all the writing still right side up and the little clock is still at the top all over again and all that. It knows. And then when you hit record, you will shoot video that is in what's called landscape format, as opposed to portrait mode. Landscape. And all the people at home that are going to watch this on the internet are going to see it on landscape monitors. And this is how you don't shoot vertical fucking video. I am trying to teach this to everyone. I swear to God, I had a dude from Fox 17 in here the other day shooting vertical video live on Facebook, and I made him my bitch on live television. It was awesome. You're Fox? Yes. Okay. We're here. Okay, we're here at the Geek Group, and today we're going to do a simple voltage demonstration for you guys. We're going to use a little bit of lighting. We're over here with about 250,000 volts, shot in vertical video, so that you can watch it on a horizontal screen while we're throwing lightning bolts horizontally. We're shooting this vertical video just for you, courtesy of Fox 17. Yeah, I deserve it. I get it. Clear coil, system hot in 3, 2, 1. Coming up. I'm totally cool with that, and I support that. They work sideways. So, how many of you, this is cool because I get grown-ups. I like having grown-ups. I have to do this every day with like 5th graders. And I have to do this with 2nd graders. And 2nd graders are awesome because second graders ask the best questions because they haven't been like beat down yet. It's my job to do that. But the 2nd graders have parents. The parents suck. And so the 2nd graders I have to be really, really nice to. And the kindergartners are no fun because I have a Mickey Mouse problem. If you take like a 5th grader to Disneyland, it's Mickey Mouse, it's awesome. If you take a kindergartner to Disneyland, that's an 8-foot rat. So I get grown-ups in here and we can do cool stuff and we can have beer in a high voltage lab and that's a good time. And we can get into more technical stuff and I like that. So how many of you guys have ever been in a high voltage lab before? One guy, really? Where?
Oh, where was it? Maryland? No.
PAX?
Virginia.
PAX.
It was a long time ago.
If it's a high voltage lab and you were in that part of the United States, you were at PAX. You have cool friends. That's not an easy place to get into. I know them because they donate stuff to us. There are, on Earth, 21 high voltage research labs. With very rare exception, you will never get to set foot in any of them, except here. This is the only one that's actually open to the public. Most of them are owned by private industry or government agencies. That particular one does really cool stuff involving nuclear weapons and EMP, and they write books on it, and it's really fun stuff. This one is where you can come and violate the first rule of museums. The first rule being, don't touch anything and don't try this at home. No, fuck that, come here, we will teach you how. Try this at home. Make one of these and put it in your driveway on St. Patrick's Day and have 15 drunk people puking on your lawn because like, oh my God! And everything you need to know about what we do in this room and why, I can explain with no words in 10 seconds. Somebody hit the lights, please. I'm going to take the electronics off my head.
Hey, device warning.
Okay, come on.
What? Device warning.
Device warning?
Internal device warning.
Oh, well, we don't have to in the cage, but I'll do it anyway. Do any of you, because you're grown-ups, have anything inside your body that runs on batteries? I'm talking about hearing aids, pacemakers, defibrillators, or insulin pumps. I don't care about your fucking cell phone, it's fine. I care about stuff that will make you twitch and drool in about 30 seconds. Anybody have hearing aids, pacemaker, defibrillator, or insulin pump? Only ever been on. Okay. The two of you wearing Bluetooth-controlled butt plugs are about to have a hell of a ride. I never had it. Years. I never thought that until one time we're doing a show and it was and I had to roll this other flavor like, hit that light!
Last light going out.
Alright, those of you with particularly large testicles are welcome to reach out and grab the cage. Clear man! So now you get it. That's why.
I'll have what he's had.
It took me years to make that. I've been working for the past 2 years or so on those. That's the next big one. Those goals, what you just saw was 250,000 volts. And the reason I do this and not chemistry is because I can stand 30 feet away and hit a button, and when I turn it off, it's safe. Chemistry scares the hell out of me. It just happens. I mean, you make rocket fuel one time in your bedroom. Third grade was a good time for me. Those are what's coming this summer. Those towers will shoot an arc from him to me. 20 feet. 2.5 million volts. It's like the finger of God. It is easily the most viscerally beautiful food for the human soul I have ever seen. It's pure, raw energy. It's the fourth state of matter. And yes, all of you who learned there were 3 states of matter in high school, they lied to you. There's a fourth. It's called plasma. It's what fire is made of. It's what art's made of. It's made fun. So, we did lightning. Now we have to do thunder. I need a volunteer, and it has to be a girl. You. What's your name? Julia? You've been voluntold. Come here. This is my big red button of science. Okay? I'm going to go do a thing. I'm going to come back here and talk for 92 seconds, and then I'm going to touch you on the shoulder. I'm going to touch you on the shoulder so that you know I'm talking to you and not the drunk people. After that, you're going to hear this obnoxious sound 3 times, and that lets everybody in the building know what's about to happen. Okay, so I'm going to touch you on the shoulder, you're going to hear that, and then I'm going to say clear to fire. When I say clear to fire, you have to do exactly 2 things, and they're very simple. 1, don't look at your shoe, because everybody else is going to go, whoa! And you're going to be like, what? Your shoe isn't going to do anything funny. But the other thing is, you step on the button. When When I say clear the fire, you step on the button and hold it down. It takes about a second until something happens. It's going to happen out there, and I promise you'll know when it happens. So I'm going to go over here and grab a piece of
Right where he's going, that way.
aluminum. Oh, she can push it all she wants right now. Nothing will happen. I have to say anything. What are you doing? I just explained to her. I'm going to talk for 90 seconds, and then you're going to hear the warning sound, and then I'll say clear the fire. So you know it's not going to happen until that's free time. Okay. And if you're afraid of loud, obnoxious noises, you're screwed because I'm Chris. So this is a piece of aluminum with some schmutz on it. This came from an old air filter. And we're about to recycle this in the most epic way you've ever seen. There's nothing here, but I use old air filters because you can see through it, right? There's no hidden compartments or anything. So I'm just going to fold it over, lick it, and I'm going to take this over here. We're going to load this in the test tank. Can everybody see the aluminum?
Yes.
Okay, this is where it's going to happen. This is where you want to watch. I'm going to show you something different, not on the normal show. I'm going to do this first because I have a crowd of entire adults and I can get away with this. I'm going to bring this out. Because not only do I have this, I have a group of people who are all old enough to get the joke out the front. This is Project Groucho. You can see the logo. It's called Project Groucho because it's a Marx fan. See?
That's crazy to say one of those.
We weren't set up for this, so.
You can stand up here, right, until the from the back.
So this is kind of cool. And I get to talk about a part of this I never get to talk about, so that's going to be kind of fun. This is totally not parts from two old microwaves down on the bottom. That we signed the hell out of. And what that does is that takes 120 volts from here. This is a regular wall plug. There's nothing special about it at all. And it raises it up to about 10,000 volts down there through some transformers and voltage doublers. And then it goes into here. Inside here is a whole bunch of capacitors. A capacitor is a $5 name for what is kind of a battery and it holds a charge and you can completely charge it and completely discharge it very, very, very fast. Okay? A regular car battery holds about 12 volts at a couple hundred amps. These hold 10,000 volts each. There's 10 of them. Now, all of you have put batteries in a remote. And you've seen that some batteries go in side by side with the plus and the plus, like that. And some batteries go end to end. You load them in like rifle bullets, right? And the reason for that is when you take two batteries, let's say you have two batteries that are each a volt and a half, double A's, and you put them in plus and minus like that in parallel, you still get 1.5 volts, but you double the amperage. If you put them in like this, where they touch head to butt, like the battery centipede, then you double the voltage, but the amperage stays the same. Okay? Well, what we do here is we charge these all. There's 10 of them. Each one of these requires this capacitor down inside. We charge them all at 10,000 volts in parallel. And when the voltage gets high enough, it jumps off these spark gaps up here, and these are all offset by 1, so the sparks connect them all in series. So we put 120 volts in, takes it up to 10,000 volts, takes it up to 100,000 volts, and it jumps across here. Now, here's the important question I have for the class. Do any of you recognize what those awesome electrodes are on top?
Don't be shy.
Yeah. There's no shame here.
Nobody gets this, or at least the 3 people who are smiling from ear to ear and are smart enough to not open their mouth yet.
Then what?
It's really cool to take this to public events, because we take it to schools and stuff like that, because if you don't know, you wouldn't know. And For those of you that are good, pure Christian people, those are anal bondage hooks. For those of you who just learned that exist, enjoy your night tonight on Boden. Because that rabbit hole goes deeper than you want to know. I love doing shows for grown-ups! Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to make 100,000 volts. Thank you. That's proper crouching. So that's 100,000 volts at like 5 amps. Okay. Now, volts are the measure of pressure. Amps is how big around the pipe is. Okay. And volts times amps gives us watts. So we've done a lot of volts, a hell of a lot of volts over here, with some more amps behind it. That didn't have as many amps as this. That's like this. And over here we're going to do not as many volts, but a hell of a lot of amps. Now for you damn fools in front, I'm just going to open the gate. But, as many people as want are welcome to crowd behind us. But you're getting a flash sheet. Okay? Yeah, it's this. Not only is this actually bulletproof, we got it from the federal building. This was the window. At the teller window with the bulletproof.
Right before you push the button, I'm going to turn all the lights off so make sure
Why
you
you need to
can see
upgrade
that
a
button
bulletproof
right
window?
before you
I
push
don't
it.
know.
Okay.
If there was bullet holes in it, I get that. But are you okay? Are you prepared? Okay. This is the part where people pee, just so you know. All right.
That's mine.
Thank you. Did you put a fucking coat on top of the control cabinet for a 150 megawatt impulse generator?
Yes, I
This
did.
is how we all die. Okay.
Cheers to you.
Oh, you're doing good. Okay, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to talk for a minute. You're going to hear this sound 3 times. When you hear that sound is when you plug your ears. Before that, you don't need to. You don't have to plug your ears because the inverse square law works. At this distance, while it will be loud enough that if you're not expecting it, you may pee a little, it will not be loud enough to damage your ears.
Oh. Take over.
Okay? It will be bright and loud. You're smart. It will be bright and loud, but you'll be fine. You probably not. 1 in 3, you don't even make it out of this room today. Alright, so I take the key from the super secret hiding spot. We're good? Now think of electricity, like why the fuck are people plugging their ears already? Think of electricity like water in a pipe. Volts is how we measure the pressure. Amps is how big around your pipe is. And watts is how fast you can fill up the bathtub. It's volts times amps, okay? A AA battery is about 1.5 volts and about an amp. A car battery is 12 volts and a few hundred amps. A regular wall socket in your house at home is 120 volts at 15 amps. Remember that. It's 1800 watts. This is how you know the asshole trying to sell you the 5,000 watt home theater system is lying to you. There's only 1800 watts in the wall. When you press that button in a minute, you're going to discharge 1,800 volts at 80,000 amps, which is 144 million watts for 3 thousandths of a second. It's very, very, very short. But in that time, for that moment, you will put more energy through that piece of aluminum than every single building in the entire city of Grand Rapids is using at that moment combined. It's basically an Old Testament God with a lot of rules and no forgiveness and will kill you the moment you don't respect it. Which is why we're all out here and there's a really big cage. Okay, now is when you want to plug your ears. Clear to fire. Thank you. Now, we talked to the bar. You didn't want to do that at all, was it? If you'll fund it, I'll build one big enough to do that to a car.
For sure, one day.
Now, everybody right here didn't get it because they were behind the shield. But you remember the first thing I showed you was Project Groucho, because it's a Marx band. Everything here has a name. And all of you right here now know why we named that what we did. That's Project Thumper. And everybody who wasn't shielded by the black shield just went like that. Yeah. It's pretty good. So that is the high voltage lab. And now that we've done the most terrifying 10 minutes of your week, I'm going to let you all experience the most terrifying 10 minutes of mine. Because here's where we get to do something really scary. Follow me. Sorry, I'm not going back.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of other trucks. Yeah. How long does it take for the white spot to go away?
What's that?
How long does it take for the white spot to go away? Can I blink my eyes?
About 6 minutes.
Oh, okay. There's hope. Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. We need to get the big transformer setup going again. That's always my favorite, is standing up there and throwing the big switch.
Oh, hey, turn that off. I didn't realize how much that was lighting up.
Yeah, it lights up everything.
Yes, it's a strobe. What do you think it does?
And it's a really big one.
It's a pretty big strobe. It's meant to be.
I need to sign up. Controlling this.
There you go. It was turned on my phone.
Can you make it not?
Yes.
Thank you. Everybody have a seat. Come on in. Chill out.
Excuse me.
We're going to do 10 minutes of terror. Get the fuck in here. Don't worry about the gamer dudes. They're cool. Alright. They're not harmful. Some of them have saber-tooth fire-breathing crotch scrapers, but as a rule they're
Yo. Hey, it's just one of us.
Alright, so here's where something really remarkable happens, and so far you won't see this anywhere else in the world, but I'm working like hell to change that because I'm raising your expectations. There's a big clock up there, there's a big camera up there, there's a microphone right there. We have 3 television stations that broadcast live from this building 24/7. This one is feeding the internet without any kind of filter, tape delay, paywall, anything. Any human being with internet access can tune into that camera right now, unrestricted and for free. Also, you'll notice there's other people that are pointing cameras at me, that are shooting video, that I can't control and I can't edit. That's his. What he does with it is entirely up to him. All of you can shoot video of this. I am also shooting video up there, and it will go out in 24 hours, unedited. And for the next 10 minutes, on live television, with no delay, with no preparation, no filter, no net, you, an uncurated audience of people that I don't know, get to ask absolutely anything you want for 10 minutes. Go. There's no rules to this. I've even gotten boxes of briefs.
There's one part of this they don't know.
What?
That you're the president and CEO of the company.
I'm not just the high voltage guy. I'm the boss. Everything that happens in this building is my responsibility. The reason I do this is because the most...
anyone in the entire history that you could name on would it be in black?
I've got 2 answers to that. One's really polite and one's going to get me a lot of hate mail. But I'm going to go with the polite one and say, I would really have liked to sit down and have lunch that includes an apple pie with Carl Sagan. Why an apple pie?
No, I have lunch with him.
Why not ice cream with it?
Sagan, watch the original episodes of Cosmos. Carl Sagan does a bit on an apple pie that covers large number theory, and it's really cool. It starts with an apple pie, at Oxford, of course. But Sagan was a kid from Brooklyn who grew up and spent his entire life taking complex scientific concepts and educating, informing, and most importantly, inspiring 2 generations of people by taking nerd and translating that into language that not only normal people could understand, but could get them inspired into science and engineering. We live in a world that entirely runs on science and technology. Even the stoner gamer dudes are dealing with game theory, huge amounts of computer code, like amazing advanced processing systems. Like, you have the most powerful computers in the building. They belong to the gamer guys, okay? And all of the entire world runs on science and technology, and nobody knows anything about fucking science and technology. So that's my entire life, is getting people to say, no, the Earth actually isn't flat. Hey, he knows that fight, and Sagan was the guy that made this happen. That's what got me into this. Go.
How did this start? Did it take like a critical mass of nerds?
No.
Did it start in any area?
It could start anywhere. It's really easy. Just be really comfortable with being poor. And if you want to have a geek group in your town, we'll put one there. Start talking to me. We'll figure out how to get you a chapter. Because all you got to do is get a dozen people together weekly, and we'll start building. And we've got all the infrastructure. Like, I'm there. There was one over here.
Other ones already?
Yeah, we have 35,000 members across 160 countries. Go.
Have you ever been to Burning Man?
No.
You fit in.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'd be the only one there that wasn't high. And I'm totally cool. I fit right in.
Alright, so I'm secretary of another. This is a makerspace.
Okay.
We're at, I guess, the smaller point.
Where at?
4 dozen members. About
Where's the makers?
Appleton, Wisconsin.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Little tiny place, little warehouse, like the size of just this room right here.
Okay.
How do you progress beyond that point?
Don't.
Just
Are you happy?
Very.
Are you having fun?
Fantastic.
Stay there. Sign up. Become a chapter of the geek group or something. But right now, what you have is a fun hobby, and it's cool, and it's fun.
Yep.
When you get to this level, it's
a mess.
it's not fun for about 20 years. It's just getting fun again. And that's because Bitcoin has been really good to me, and I can afford to do some things. But two important things, two fundamental life lessons that you will learn as you get older, but just remember them from today, okay? If you don't figure out how to make money while you sleep, you will work until you fucking die. And the minute you make your hobby your job, it stops being fun by a lot, like order of magnitude. I love what I do, but I miss the early days. I had freedom. I don't get freedom anymore. And man, I'm just famous enough. We've got like 16.5 million viewers. I'm just famous enough for it to suck, and not famous enough for like women to throw their underwear at me. Okay, so yeah. There was one over here.
How do you deal with insurance?
We have 5 different insurance companies, and we pay them a lot of money. No one insurance company would do it. It took 5. Because high voltage and children, and I think we're allowed to kill like 1 Boy Scout a year.
Cub Scout.
Cub Scouts, yeah, because they're less investment. Alright, any more questions? There are no rules to this. You guys can hit any button. Alright, cool. Thank you everyone for coming. That weird gentleman there with all the lumps, by the way, he's not a bodybuilder. He has this really weird ginger cancer thing happening. He wants desperately to sign you up, and so does Radar. So all of you, it's $5 a week, for fuck's sake. Why are you not a member yet? So bug them, get signed up, come here, build cool shit, and put it on the internet. That's the entire goal. Make cool shit, put it on the internet. Okay? Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, gamer guys.
No problem.
Get back on it.
Gamer guy.
Yeah, every Saturday.